This demonstration is for the mini presentation number 1, the first mini presentation in the TESOL for middle school curriculum. The name of the mini presentation is Story. Good. So it's the name of this mini presentation number 1 is storytelling. The idea is to find a book. I usually tell my students to find children's book. Children's book with lots of nice pictures, not too much writing, lots of nice pictures, but a book that has some substance, some meat to it. It's easier to storytell a book that has a story behind it. So I tell my students, find a nice children's book, but not too easy. But on the other hand, don't choose like to be or not to be. That is the question. Don't choose story. Don't choose Shakespeare for storytelling either. Okie-dokie. So the story I've chosen this book. Let me do a brief demonstration of how to do this activity. So, let's start. Hi guys, welcome to my storytelling. Before I read the book, there's a few things I'd like to do. The first thing I'd like to do is to teach you a very important word. This word I'm going to teach you is very important. Very important vocabulary word in our story today. So the word is old age home. Old age home. Aska, do you see some young people or mainly old people here?
No. Mainly old people.
Good job. Yeah. And Haben, are they living in a big home, a big house, or just a small house?
Big house.
Today's vocabulary word, old age home, old person's home, refers to old people who get together and they all live together in a big, big house. Very popular, very common things to do. In these houses, the old people, they get lots of activities are planned for them. Their food, someone cooks their food, someone cleans their laundry, maybe cleans their small apartment that they have. It was a very nice way for older people to live. This word, old age home, old people's home, very important in our story. Okie dokie. Let's move on. Okay. Let's move on. And again, before I read the book, I'd like to do a quick brainstorm. And this word memory. This word memory is a very, 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 very important theme or concept in our book today. That's okay, that's just the overhead. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is to get together with your partner and just discuss what was your favorite memory when you were a child. What was your favorite memory when you were a child? For example, my favorite memory was when I got my first bicycle. It was Christmas Day. I woke up, I ran downstairs, and next to the Christmas tree was my beautiful blue Apollo Mark 10 bicycle with Shimano gears. I was super excited and happy, and I screamed out in joy. This is my favorite memory when I was a child. I'll give you 1 minute to get together with your partner. What is your favorite memory when you were a child? 3, 2, 1, go, go, go!
What is your favorite memory? Yeah.
When I was a child, we went somewhere every weekend. My favorite place was Jeju Island.
Oh, Jeju Island. Wow. What did you do there?
We went to some strange street because the street is upside, but I feel like down.
Mm. Sweet.
Yes.
Walk down.
Car.
Cool.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, what is your favorite memory?
Right. My favorite memory is to when I was a child, I went to the grandma's house, and there is near house there is a sea, and yeah, my brother and I swam there, and yeah, it was fun. Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Skip?
Oh, me? I'm taking a video.
Okay, thanks you guys. Just very briefly, sorry. Haben, what did you say? Your favorite memory was?
Go somewhere on every weekend.
Oh, okay, with your family?
Yes.
So I can just say family, this is their family trip. Little family trips. Sounds good. And you mentioned, I think, Jeju?
Yes.
Jeju though? Nice.
Yes.
Okay, family trips. And, Asuka,
Yes.
what did you say?
I also went to the kind of family trip,
Yeah.
and went to the grandma's house.
Grandma's house?
Yeah.
Okay. Granny's house. Did she make lots of food for you guys? Sometimes?
No, we
Oh,
went.
okay.
We went to the famous restaurant there.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Great.
seafood.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on and let me introduce the book. So just before I start to storytell, let me introduce the book. The name of the book is called Wilfred Gordon MacDonald Partridge. There are how many? Two main characters in the story. This little boy, his name is Will. And this old lady, her name is Miss Nancy. Asuka, what's his name?
Will.
Haben, her name is?
Yes.
Nancy, good. So I've got two main characters. The story takes place at an old person's home. So that's why I taught you that vocabulary. The story takes place near and inside an old person's home. Finally, the story is about the relationship, the unique relationship about a young boy and an old lady. Okay, that's my introduction. Let's start. Wilfred Gordon MacDonald Partridge. That's the boy's name. But we're going to call him Will, because it's too long. Once upon a time, long, long time ago, there lived a young boy. Haben, his name is.
Will.
Good job. And he lived next door. Remember my key vocabulary word? Aska, he lived next door to,
Old person's house.
nice, yeah, to old person's home. Okay, yeah. He had lots of friends there. He hung out with a lot of the old people. He liked to play with the old people. He liked to play games. He liked to tell stories. He liked to tell secrets. He liked to tell gossip. Lots of gossip at old people's homes. He had a really good time with the old people. Here's some of his friends here. Haben, how many? Can you see?
5.
5. Let's look at this lady here. Her name is Miss Jordan. Miss Jordan, she loves to play, not the piano. Can you think the other word for piano? She loves to play the, good job, the organ. So Miss Jordan loved to play the organ. This is one of Will's best friends. His name is Mr. Hosking. Mr. Hosking loved to tell scary stories. Wah, ha, ha, ha. And Will used to love to sit down next to Mr. Hosking and listen to him as he told scary stories. This big man, his name is Mr. Tippett, and he loves the game of cricket. Cricket is a game, it's kind of like baseball, but 10,000 times more boring. Yeah. So anyways, Mr. Tippett likes cricket. This little old lady, her name is Miss Mitchell, and you can see she needs a wooden stick because her back is really sore. And finally, this man, his name is Mr. Drysdale. He's got the voice of a giant. Whoa, oh, oh. Will used to love to sit next to Mr. Drysdale and just listen to him talk. So these are 5 of his buddies at the old age home. But his best friend of all at the old age home was this lovely old lady. Aska, do you remember what her name is? Miss Nancy, that's right. Her name is Miss Nancy. Will and Miss Nancy used to love to get together, to share stories, to tell jokes, to cook, to play catch, and to tell secrets, and to share the gossip in the old age home. They hung out a lot. A lot. Well, one day, Will was talking to his parents, and they were talking and eating, and suddenly, Will's father said, "Oh dear my, poor Miss Nancy. She has lost her memory." And Will said, "Huh? Lost her memory?" Yep. And Will's father said, "Yes, she's lost her memory. She can't remember anything. She's lost it. Her memory is bye-bye. It's gone." Will is a little boy. He does not have much idea or concept about this word memory. So he goes and asks his friends to find out what a memory is. And the first person he asks is Miss Jordan. Remember Miss Jordan? She likes to play the? Mm-hmm. And so Will asked Miss Jordan, "Miss Jordan, what's a memory?" Miss Jordan said, "Oh, it's something warm, my child. Something warm." At this point, I'm not going to continue reading the story. I think you're getting an idea of how the story should be read. Read the story with lots of eliciting while you're reading. Not too much, but some eliciting while you're reading the story. Try to change your voice if a character is speaking in the story. And most importantly, paraphrase. Do not read what the author has written. You must use your own words to tell this story. That's the key point about this mini presentation, is to paraphrase the story using your own words. You're not just to sit and read what the author has written. Paraphrase. It's a good skill that every teacher needs to have. And so, let's end off this short little mini presentation demonstration by finishing with a conclusion. So as you've just heard, the title of this story is Wilfred Gordon MacDonald Partridge. The story is about two main characters, Azuka, his name is?
Will.
Azka, good job. His name is, sorry? Will, yeah, good. Haben, her name is?
Nancy.
Okay. And as you heard, they live next door to an old, well, she lives, where does she lives in a...
Old people home.
Perfect, she lives in an old person's home. He lives right next door. And the story is about this unique relationship between these two. But it's more than that. This is a story of how a young boy managed to get back the memory of an old lady. It's really what this story is about. That's the end of my storytelling. Thank you very much for listening. And so that's the end. Now, just before we turn off the camera, let's just quickly look at my procedure for my mini presentation number 1, storytelling. First, I started by teaching a vocab word, old people's home. Next, I did a brainstorm, memory. Notice how memory is very important in this book. Very important concept. Next, introduce the book. Next, of course, storytell. Don't forget to paraphrase and elicit while you're telling the story. And finally, a brief conclusion. This is the end of my mini presentation number 1, demonstration storytelling. Thank you very much. Thanks.